Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So even though none of us have got any shards left, we've been pulling shards time and time again for event after event after event. They're throwing another ×10 at us. Pretty much it's every single week now. Every week they pick a different faction, they pick a different bunch of champs. This week it's going to be Knight Revenants. And again, you're going to have that kind of, I guess it's for you as an individual, do you need these champions? Will they progress your account? There are a couple in here which, if I didn't have them, I probably would be pulling my shards. So let's get straight into it. Knight Revenants then, it's actually quite a small faction. If you look here, number of epics, number of legendary is insanely small. There's only 2 non-void legendaries in this faction, which is unbelievable actually. So what champions then are they going to throw into the mix, and which do you actually care about? Let me talk you through what's coming, and it's going to be ×10 on Ancients, Sacreds and Voids. So let's just make sure it's clear. The chance to pull a legendary or an epic is the same as normal. I'll quickly just show you those rates. It's not like it's ×10 chance to pull. These rates all stay the same. 8% chance for an epic, 0.5% chance for a legendary on your Ancients and your Voids, 6 and 94 on your Sacreds. All of that's the same. But if you do pull one of those epics or legendaries, you will get 10 times the chance to pull one of these champions that we're going to go through here. So let's start off then with the epics, and we have got, interestingly, Whisper is in the mix. I'm surprised I put Whisper in the mix because a lot of people are going to have Whisper. Whisper was part of the Amazon Prime giveaway at one stage. Came out as the new champion when they launched that. Actually was a pretty cool champion for that type of thing. When she first came out, I didn't like her at all. She's pretty niche still. Look at this base defense, really low. She's quite hard to fit into teams. But if you get her going, if you get her spiraling, then she can do some good damage. Nerfing Relentless set has kind of nerfed her damage quite a lot, because she's got all of these kind of spiraling chances to get extra turns. She's got a weaken on her A1. She's got she ignores defense if someone's under a weaken on her A2, and she gets increased attack, so it just makes her hit really hard. And then she's got a extra turn if the target's got decreased defense and weaken. So if you can synergize her with someone else, you can start to get her some extra turns going. She's also got 10% chance to get an extra turn whenever she lands a crit. And she spikes more damage on bosses. So all of that's cool. If her base defense was maybe like 900, she'd be insanely good. But because it's so low, you just can't really get a defense above a couple of K. So in the end, you kind of push damage on her. She's a bit like a Turvold. Push damage, and then you just try and get as many extra hits as you can. Fun champ, but doesn't really feature in a lot of teams past the mid-game, I would say. Doesn't even come into my faction war team because she's hard to keep alive. So then next one is going to be Faceless. For me, I've said this recently, one of the worst game designs for me. It feels like such a lazy, what is he, like a old-fashioned paperboy messenger type guy, with this kind of like Volkswagen logo on his book bag. Just like it feels so 2D. The graphic on this, I don't know why it just feels so lazy compared to any of the other champs in the game. It just feels bad. Anyway, his actual kit though, he's got a chance to place an extra hit here, nothing too amazing. Increases crit on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks. Okay, fine. Attacks one enemy, ignores shield, block damage buffs, as well as defense. This is quite cool. You can definitely one-shot somebody with this in the arena. Again, super low defense. Maybe the lowest defense of an epic in the game, I think. It's got to be close. Good speed, good attack. I've seen this guy one-shot tanks. Yeah, that's all he's useful for, though. One-shot tanks in the arena. I wouldn't be pulling shards for this guy. So for me, the 2 epic voids are not giving me any reason to pull shards. If we look at the epic non-voids, we've got Doom Priest. Doom Priest is a good champion, mainly for this passive. Heals all allies by 7.5% of their HP. So if you put her with a bunch of high HP tanks, she can get them healing quite nicely. removes one random debuff from them at the start of the champion's turn. She's a great champion to take down the Spirit clan boss. That's her best place in the game for me. She's pretty good in the arena as well, just to kind of keep cleansing your team. Get those decreased defenses off, keep her fast, keep her honest. She's good in faction wars, but otherwise I wouldn't be going out my way to pull shards for her. She's good, but she's not insane. Pretty good, I guess, in Dragon 20 if you're trying to just sort of cleanse those poisons and stuff off as well. But yeah, mainly for me it's clan boss when it turns to Spirit affinity. Now, this is somebody I would pull shards for if I didn't have him. Miscreated monster, basically a legendary in an epic skin. This one champion here will be why people pull shards, I think. Maybe one other. But this guy is a beast. He is insane for progression in the game. He's singularly the biggest game changer in Spider of any champion in the game for me. And it's because of this. Attacks all enemies, 50% chance of placing a stun. Places a shield equal to 25% of the damage that he does. So if he's hitting a ton of spiderlings, everyone on your team gets a fat shield. For me, he's better than Sir Nick for that role. He's also great in the arena. He's great for dungeon carry. He can do Nightmare Campaign, which not many can. Yeah, pretty much anywhere in the game, he is solid. Clan Boss is his weakest area, but he's still good in Clan Boss because he's also got this. Ally Protection. Booked it down to 4 turns, and it's insane, guys. So he doesn't actually take an insane amount of books compared to most epics as well. So definitely somebody that you could throw books at. Stun on his A1 as well. Crazy passive as well. This guy is literally top draw. He's got a low base defense. Maybe it's a thing about Knight Revenants that they have low base defense. This guy's really low as well. But he has a very high HP level, so you can get his HP up high, keep him alive well. This is a champion worth pulling shards for. Okay, let's get on to the legendaries then. We have got someone who's going to feature on my worst 10 legendaries in the game list soon. I'm doing it, I'm kind of mocking it up. This guy, I've got him. His skin is freaky, but kind of freaky cool. But feels a bit old for the game now. But I love the armor and the general appearance. Yeah, I think he looks cool. He's got, I think it's the highest base attack in the game. Again, really low base defense. Maybe it's a Knight Revenant thing. That's interesting, actually. Very low speed. He's kind of all about taking people down in the arena. Yeah. So, but he's got very slow speed. So when you've got other champions now that have come into the game that just do what he does, but a lot better. Yeah. Take Rotus. This guy's nowhere near a Rotus. You've got block cooldown skills on his A1, which is quite useful. You've got attacks all enemies. Inflicts a crit against targets under block cooldown skills. Heals by 20% of the damage. Kind of fun, niche type thing. And then you've also got block cooldown skills on his A3. And each hit's got a chance to place the decreased defense, the big version. 75% chance to land in these. Just feels like all of his kit needs a lift. All of his kit needs a lift. There's too much setup required to make him hit hard. By the time you've done the setup, he's probably dead. Yeah, so this guy, I wouldn't pull shards from him in his current state. The next one is Tomb Lord. So Tomb Lord is a fun champ. I've done a guide on him. I'll ping the guide up above. He is a good champion for Fire Knights, good champion for Ice Golem, can do Clan Boss. Pretty good as well for Spiders. So you land... decrease attack, decrease defense on all enemies. Brilliant this is. He also gets a turn meter drop if they're less than half health, which is very cool as well. He's got this ability. Also, if he drops someone's turn meter, he gets another turn. So this could be quite nice on Spider if you're doing it on manual. You can go and hit a half health Spiderling, get your extra turn, drop everybody's decrease in attack and defense, and then come in with this one, which is as long as he does a crit and he's booked up, he'll do 100% chance of placing 4 poisons everywhere. This is pretty cool. So this move's good, that move's good. Decreased speed on his A1 as well, which just means he's good for Spider, good for Fire Knight, good for Ice Golem, all those places. Now, the problem is they bought out Stag Knight, who's an epic, who does all of this kit apart from the poisons, but has got a better turn reduction of doing it. So he'll do this move in 3 turns, whereas Tomb Lord does it in 5. He'll do this move on his A1 as well. So kind of like Stag Knight's an improved version of Tomb Lord, except for the poisons. Again, base defense is quite low. I wouldn't pull shards for this guy if I've got a Stag Knight. Then we get onto the 2 Void Legendaries they've put in the mix. So we've got Solace. Solace is quite cool. Quite a cool legendary arena champ. 1255 on defense is good. Really slow though again. Very slow. Stun on his A1 is cool. 50% chance if you book him out. That's really massive in the arena for an A1. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit, if booked up, 100% chance to put provoke. That's very cool for the arena. And an AoE increases the duration of all debuffs on each target by a turn. Then places a provoke on all enemies for 1 turn. Places a shield on this champion for 2 turns equal to the damage that he does. Damage increases for each debuff on the target. So all of this kit is decent. I wouldn't go out of my way pulling shards for him though. He's good, but not like god tier. Defense in faction crypts, it's a good buff actually. 44% is massive, but I wouldn't pull shards for that. I just wish he was a bit faster. If he was like more like 95 speed, I think he's even maybe 10 more speed, 97 speed, it becomes really good. At this speed, he's quite hard to activate in the current arena meta. And tanks, because you've got people like Rotus that just one-shot tanks, the tank meta's kind of gone away. So, it's a shame one champion like Rotus has completely ruined variation of teams right now. But then the last one. Now, Hegemon. There's tons. If we just have a look quickly at top tier arena. Let's have a look at the top tier arena. It won't be kind of sorted itself out just yet because we're only a few days into the new arena season. But if we look at the top players, Hegemon. He features massively in this speed meta. If you're in a speed meta, Hegemon's one of the best champions in the game. If you're in a tank meta, he drops out the game completely. That's the kind of setup of it. But you can see how popular he is at high elo because he's kind of insane. If I had any void shards, which I don't because I just tried to get myself something on the ×2 and I got nothing. If I had void shards, then this would be someone that I'd pull voids for. He's one of those kind of game changers. For the arena, he is absolutely top tier. All because of his passive, he goes first every time. Now, if you've got 2 Hegemons going against each other, whichever is faster will go first. So you have to bear that in mind with the amount that are out there nowadays. But he goes first every time and he does this ability. AoE, decrease attack, and block cooldown skills. Has got 50% chance of landing those. So pretty much every time you're going to be locking out 2 of the enemy team. Let's say you lock out an Arbiter. Let's say you lock out a Warlord. You basically won the game. Yeah, because you lock them out for 2 turns. If you get the Sniper Mastery going, it could be 3 turns. Is it? No, not that one. The one that extends anyway, but a debuffs 1 extra turn. Could be 3 turns. You can build him full damage and you can probably one-shot people. You could build him in a stun set and have another chance to lock him out with another ability. You can build him just super high accuracy and make sure that these land. He's just an insane champion for the arena. He's got an A1, which isn't that much really. Attacks 2 times at random. 35% chance to put decreased speed. Goes up to 55. It's not bad actually. It's not bad for an A1. But he's all about going first and locking out the enemy team and pretty much winning you the game at that point there. So, is he worth pulling shards over? I'd say yes, he is. If you don't have him, I'd say yes, he is. But the question is, who the hell's got shards? Because it is rough literally one after the other. You have to be sure that these are people you want to go for. And even then, you have to get super lucky to pull the ones that you want. Out of all of those, Miscreated Monster's the highlight for me, and Hedgemon. Those two, really cool. The rest of them, I think, are kind of fodder, unless your account's very early game. So, guys, here we are again. What are you going to do? Leave me a comment below. I'll catch you all soon.